See the red in these eyes? This is what this episode has done to me. Welcome back to the next episode of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Season 7, Episode 13. Once again, I do not have the title, but unfortunately this time I do have a little minor spoiler. As I was getting ready, downloading, and just doing stuff this morning, Silicon Brony, aka Caparon, posted on Twitter that he had something to the effect of watching this episode, and it was a tissue count. Number of tissues used, which makes me think this is going to be kind of feelsy. I do not have any Kleenex on hand, but hey, paper towels just in case I need it. Just in case it gets bad, so I guess we'll see how this goes. Aside from that little hint from Caparon, I have no idea what this episode is going to be about. So let's hit start. 3, 2, 1, go. And it appears we've got Apple Bloom. So what's going on here?
Oh, thank you. You must be new. I'm Apple Bloom.
I'm Grand Pear.
Welcome to Ponyville.
Grand Pear.
You mean welcome back to Ponyville. Grand Pear was originally from here before he opened his famous Pear Jam store
Hey,
in
cool.
Vancouver.
Really? Why'd you move back?
Maybe
I
knows.
needed a change of pace.
Huh.
Looks as old as Granny Smith.
I can't believe I've gone my whole life without ever having this.
Glad you like it.
How much?
No.
Wow. Thanks, Mr. Grand Pear, sir. It was real nice meeting you.
Pear-based fruit. I guess it makes sense that they get along. Pears are kind of apple-y in taste and texture.
Glad you're back, Sugar Cube. Just in time for breakfast for dinner.
I got the perfect topper for flapjacks at the market today.
Pear jam? What were you thinking? Quick, hide it.
Damn, someone's going crazy.
My little pony.
Well, that's kind of a little bit of an over-the-top reaction. I almost wonder if maybe there's a relationship there sometime going back between the old guy and Granny Smith. Grand Pear, Granny Smith, seems like, I don't know what's going on, obviously, but they obviously don't want even the concept of pears or pear jelly around Granny Smith for some reason, so jilted love is the best answer I can come up with on the spot.
What's the big deal? It's just pear jam.
The big deal is that there is a long-standing feud between the apples and the pears.
Yep.
Why?
Why? Well, actually, I'm not really sure. You have any idea, Big Mac?
God, is this going to be a
Then I
repeat
guess
of that,
we should ask Granny? Ask me
the
what?
McColt's,
What goes better with apple fritter flapjacks? Caramel syrup,
the,
praline.
Twilight and, Fluttershy map episode?
Oh, that smells great, Applejack. I'm gonna go wash up for supper. Be right back.
And they got an outhouse,
Listen, Sugar
apparently.
Cube, anytime Big Mac and I ever
Nice
ask
thing that
Granny
this
about
house
the
is
feud
chaotic
or the
enough
pears,
that,
she'll get so
Granny
upset
Smith
she
doesn't
couldn't
think
talk.
anything about a
Best
huge
not
hole
bring
in
it
the
up.
floor of the kitchen.
Okay, but that
I guess
red
that's
pear was
fairly
really nice to me,
mundane
even
for
though I'm an
happenings in
apple. I
Equestria,
wonder
though.
what happened.
Me too. But if we can't ask Granny, I don't know who. We can ask Goldie Delicious. If any pony knows about the feud, it's the family historian.
I'm in. What do you say, Big Mac? Sibling trip first thing tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh, God. She's got more cats than ever. Catalanche!
Now that's how you make an entrance. entrance. Or is it an exit? Well, anyway, it's so wonderful to see you three. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Well,
Oh,
Goldie,
God.
we were hoping you could tell us about
The cats.
feud with the apples and the pears.
I need a kitty.
Oh dear. Well, does Granny Smith know you're here?
No, ma'am. But I ran into Grand Pear yesterday, and he was real nice. Maybe the feud was a misunderstanding or something, and we can fix it?
Well, I don't know about that, little one, but if it's the story you're after, I suppose you have a right to know. And let's see, I've got a stack of books here someplace. Oh, Apple Family History, Volume 137.
Congratulations on how convenient that book was placed.
I'm in Pears. My eyes ain't what they used to be. A long time ago, Sweet Apple Acres wasn't the only farm in Ponyville. In fact,
Okay.
there was another one just right next
A
door.
pear farm?
Come and get your apples. Nothing sweeter than biting into a crisp apple on a beautiful fall day.
Oh my God, young Granny Smith.
Bite into a juicy pear.
And there's
Please,
Grand
pears are
Pear.
just what happens when you ain't no good at farming apples.
Pears are nature's candy. Apples are sour. Like the expression on your face right now.
And so it went.
But what if you have a
Granny and
pair of
Grand
apples?
Pear were always at each other. Who was the best
Sorry, I had to do that pun eventually. I figured I might as well get it over with.
Granny read to her trees at night.
And there's the Mirror and the Moon.
Then the little tree reached its
She's got about
branches up to the
30
moon,
years still of
and the moon
fermenting
said,
and being
"Good
angry
night."
before she comes home and gets to be happy.
Why then, Grandpa
Eventually.
had special blankets made for his trees so they wouldn't get cold.
Good night, trees.
You know, trees don't have natural body heat, so I don't think that would help much. Wow,
In fact,
there used to be a lot
all
of
the
apples
in the
working this
pears were
farm.
Rivals to the core. The only apple and pear who ever got along were Bright Macintosh and Pear Butter.
I'm not supposed to talk to you.
I'm not supposed to talk to you either.
So are we getting a Romeo
My
and
mom
Juliet
says
kind of
if you hold a
situation?
buttercup under your chin, it'll make your chin glow. But it doesn't work on me. See?
Does it work on me?
It sure does, Buttercup.
Buttercup. I like that name.
Wait an apple-picking minute. Bright Mac and Buttercup, those are our parents' names.
Of course, Buttercup was just a nickname
What?
your father gave your mother, Pear Butter. Well, that was her given name.
Are you saying our mother was a pear?
Are we getting
We are half
Applejack's parents?
Can't believe it. How did we not know?
The apple parents?
No pony called your mother Pear Butter. And her cutie mark was a preserved job.
Yep.
But Pear Butter don't look too much different from apple butter, so no clues there.
I'm already starting to
Is
feel it.
there anything else you can tell us about them?
I know they loved each other very much. They had that magical, star-kissed, other side of a rainbow kind of love. You couldn't be around them too long and not feel a little bit lighter than air yourself.
God, if this gets emotional in the story, I'm gonna lose it.
I'd need volume 138 for that.
Right now, it's kind of mundane. The story hasn't even gotten
sure I
into
could
much, and I'm
wrangle
feeling it.
in a couple of days.
That's all right, Goldie. It was nice just to hear it.
I just remembered something. Your dad and his buddy Burnt Oak would get in all kinds of trouble together as colts.
Burnt Oak? The firewood sales pony? I haven't seen him in ages.
He and your dad were thick as thieves back in the day. Y'all should talk to him.
Well, well, if it isn't the apples,
Oh,
what
boy.
can I do for you? I know you're not here
Cat
for
of Prey,
firewood.
yeah,
You got more
haha,
trees
that's
than any
funny.
pony in
Though I'm a
Ponyville.
little distracted right
You're
now.
right. We're not here for that.
I want the story to
Come to ask
continue.
about your dad?
Yep. Well, I wondered if you might. Hoped you would. It's nice to talk about him. We had a lot of laughs. In fact, this one time, we were racing to see who could till the fastest, and Bright Mac was leaving me in the dust. He would have won, too, if he wasn't so...
Bright Mac.
distracted.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh!
And of course, this is going to make the family feuding even worse.
Butter, what did you do?
I'm not sure.
You didn't do it, sir.
Excuse me?
The water silo. It was my fault.
Messing up.
Well, you owe me a new silo, boy. And you? Come with me. No daughter of mine is gonna make goo-goo eyes at an apple.
Grandpa never
Would
would've known
a
it was your
rose by
father's
any
fault.
other name smell just
But
as
there was
sweet?
no way he'd let your mother take the blame for something he did.
I am feeling a little bit of a
Dad was
Romeo
super
Juliet
honest.
vibe on
Apple
this.
doesn't fall far from the tree, huh, Applejack?
Your dad worked the apple farm all day and then headed over to the Pears on his breaks to fix the water silo. I didn't see him for weeks. Not that he minded. Gave him a chance to get to know your mom.
Did you know our mom, too?
Buttercup was a real peach of a pear. But if you want to know more about her, you should ask Mrs. Cake.
Mrs. Cake?
She and your mom were inseparable when they were fillies.
Then let's go. Thanks, Burnt Oak.
Would it be okay if we stop by again sometime to hear more stories?
I'd like that very much.
Well, cinnamon sugar on toast. All 3 apple siblings. Hi, Mrs. Cake. We heard you and our ma used to be real good friends, and we were hoping you could tell us a bit about her.
Oh, I would love to. I never knew the right time to bring it up, but I'm so glad you came. For starters, did you all know that it was your mom who convinced me to pursue baking?
What isn't your name, Mrs. Cake?
Not always. Back when I was Chiffon Swirl, I had no idea what I was supposed to do. But one day, your mom brought me some candied pears, eggs, flour, sugar, and vanilla, and told me to just be creative. Next thing I knew, I was whipping up pear upside-down cake, and I got my cutie mark. It was like she knew what I was supposed to do long before I did.
Just like you, Sugar Cube. Or rather, you're just like her.
That was the first of many cakes for me.
So we're seeing more
And
connections
Buttercup was with me through it all. She got a taste
between the
tester,
parents and the kids.
help with the decorating, and prep new ingredients. Over the years, I perfected my recipes. Your mom did so much for me. One day, I wanted to surprise her with a cake.
A little bit of an allergy situation. That's adorable.
Oh, it's just you. Sorry. I just brought you a little something to say thank you. But I see you're busy.
Promise you won't say anything?
You forgot to lock away the bury the key. Lock it away. Pinkie Pie style.
We do not fraternize with pears. You and Bright Mac? Oh, I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Your families hate each other.
I can't
Apparently.
help it. We just sort of happened.
Then Pear Butter told me the sweetest love story I have ever heard.
Happy 131,456-hour anniversary, darlings.
Oh God,
What?
he's really
That's
taking.
way longer than we've been together.
I know, but it's the anniversary of the first time I called you Buttercup. It's okay if you didn't get me anything.
Actually, I did.
A guitar? For me? But I don't know how to play.
I think she was meaning to. She was gonna sing you a song. Oh dear.
We're far apart in every way, but you're the best part of my day. And sure as I breathe the air, I know we are the perfect pair on a prickly path that goes on for miles. But it's worth it just to see you smile. And I cannot be pulled apart from the hold you have in my heart. And even if the world tells us it's wrong, you're in my head like a catchy song.
Wow, it's just wow.
Do you like it? Be honest now.
I do.
It's the best gift you could have given me.
Seasons change and leaves may fall, but I'll be with you through them all. And rain or shine, you'll always be mine. On a prickly path that goes on for miles. You're the only one who makes it all worthwhile. And you should not blame me too if I can't help falling in love with you.
Hey, no fair. I was gonna tell you the same thing.
You're just mad I beat you to it.
These
I'm
two are so
telling you,
adorable.
I was gonna pull you up, cover your eyes, lead you over here, and say surprise. And then you'd say, "Oh, Bright Mac, I love it." And then I'd say, "I love you." Too bad it didn't work out, though.
Yep, too bad.
The pears are moving.
I mean, I figured the Pears moved, but I didn't know all that stuff happened before with Granny and Grandpa.
It must have been really hard on our parents.
Oh, it was.
We're
God, it must have been rough.
to Vancouver? But that's so far.
It's what's best. There's acres of untouched land and a warehouse to make our jams. We'll get to expand our business. And
No
get away
apples.
from those gosh darn apples.
Pear butter was
Oh
devastated.
wow, you're
But
really
seeing
breaking
no
the
way out of
edge
it,
of that
She did what she had to do.
TVY7.
So, that's it?
What do you want me to do, Bright Mac? We're moving. I love you, but I have to stay with my family.
Then Bright Mac did the most romantic thing I've ever seen any pony do. We're gonna need one more pony to tell that story.
Mayor, you knew our parents?
Not as well as Mrs. Cake, but I did play a part in their love story. The night before the Pear family moved,
If she was a
Bright
clerk,
Mac
maybe
asked
she
me to meet
performed their
him at
marriage
the edge
wedding
of
ceremony.
Sweet Apple Acres.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be apart from you, ever. I'm not sure what we'll do, but I'm sure of us. So sure that I'd marry you today.
I would too. I think that's my cue.
And there's her pink
I
hair.
had the honor of officiating your parents' secret wedding, and it was perfect. Bright Mac knew Buttercup wouldn't want a big splash,
Reminds me of some pony else I know.
Yep.
so they had a special way to seal their vows.
I now pronounce you.
What is going on? What's with all these hair candles?
Pear butter, where are you? You're supposed to be packing. What are you two doing?
Getting married.
Ma, Grandpa, Buttercup and I are in love.
What?
And we'll be married as soon as Mayor says.
Oh, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Doesn't that
It's
feel
official.
nice?
Hey, and they're actually having real kissing.
Married. You two can't be married.
Finally, something we can agree on. Pear butter, enough of this nonsense. We're moving, and you gotta stick with your family.
But the apples are my family now too.
This is true.
You can't be serious. Are you choosing to be an apple?
Wait.
Over being a pear?
That voice.
Are you making me
Grandpa's voice. Talk.
Yes, I am.
Is that Shatner?
Yeah, I guess I am.
I think that's William Shatner.
Fine.
I need to check the credits after this.
I can't believe Grandpa just up and left Ma like that. No wonder Granny never told us about any of this.
These things are
But I
never
swear,
easy.
that guy,
And
that
it's hard to
Grandpa's
know when
voice
it is a
sounded
good
like
time.
William Shatner.
It seems to me that now's as good a time as any.
To talk to both our grandparents. Excuse me, Grandpa?
I'm Applejack, and this here's Big Macintosh. But
Your
you already know who
grandkids.
we are, don't you?
Sure do.
Did you really move to Ponyville just for a change of pace?
No.
Then you came here because you're sorry and you want to get to know us too?
I'm so sorry. I was just so angry. But
It's in the past, Grandpa. Oh, can I call you Grandpa Pear?
Sure can.
Now, where'd you all get to? I ain't seen Hydra all day.
We've been all over, learning about our parents.
You have?
And our grandfather.
So,
see.
you're back, hmm?
Sure am. Never should have left.
Finding you and learning all about Mom and Dad, I feel like I found a piece of me I didn't even know was missing.
Hearing their story makes me feel closer to them somehow.
I'm sorry. I should have told you all about him sooner.
And I should have been here. I can't believe I let a silly feud keep me from my family.
Nothing's keeping you from us now. Let's not miss anything else.
Applejack's right. Welcome back, prickly old Pear.
Thanks, you old crabapple.
Now that we're all together, there's something we want to show you. Mom and Dad left us something to remember them by. Come on!
It's beautiful.
It's impossible.
If anything's gonna make it through, it's apples and pears.
Well, hold on, let me go back. I missed it. William Shatner, his Grandpa. That was correct. I noticed that. Oh, and Felicia Day is Pear Butter. Felicia Day, I guess I should have. I gotta listen to that song again to see if I can hear it more clearly. I've been a fan of Felicia Day ever since Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. And of course now she's in the new Mystery Science Theater 3000, so she's doing well with her career. I'm very glad to see that. And I wonder if they recorded together and she got to work with Shatner. That would have been a pretty big accomplishment. Yeah, I'm just rambling here as I'm looking at the voice cast. That's probably a sign that the episode was rather well done, a very good one. We still don't know exactly what happened to the Apple parents, which I guess is a little bit of a disappointment, but we got to find out a little bit about their background, at least, their backstory, and why they may have been estranged, a little bit more details behind that. Apparently, it was feuding families. Grandpa and Granny Smith got off on a feud. They started arguing, they fought, and they basically insisted that their kids continue with their own stupid personal gripe bullshit that a lot of people seem to do. A lot of people want their kids to carry on. They're the good stuff and the bad stuff about them sometimes, I've noticed. So the idea of getting past that, I guess, is a good moral, positive idea. And I'm going to talk to some folks and see what they think, and if they have any reactions like I've been doing lately, and see if there's some things I've noticed. Watch the episode again. See you in a moment. All right. The more I watch this, the more I begin to think that the world needs something. You know, nowadays with movies, TV shows, and the like, they let you know if there's an excessive amount of violence or swearing or nudity, sexual references in a show. They let you know ahead of time. But the more I've watched this episode, the more I've looked at it and seen other reactors, the more I have decided that there needs to be some sort of cuteness, adorability warning at the beginning of episodes because that this episode is just the Apple parents are so sickeningly adorable, so gorgeously cute. It's ridiculous. You should not have to go into this without some sort of warning. I mean, for holy crap, how can you not just watch them, realize that they're not around anymore, and not just want to bawl your eyes out? It's a lot to take in. It's hard to deal with to some extent. And better still, worse still, depending on how you want to look at it, when they're not being uber cute and ridiculously adorable, we got, Big Mac doing stuff like this.
Would it be okay if we stopped by again sometime to hear more stories?
I'd like that very much.
Or Sweetie Belle hugging her brother like that. That there is so much in this episode that is just pure adorability, and I can feel myself watering up. My eyes are getting wet just talking about it, and it's been a day or two since I actually originally recorded the episode, just thinking about the song and the interactions and how they started out as little kids, how they're not supposed to talk to each other because their parents are fighting and their parents are brats and annoying and don't like each other, so don't talk to that little apple brat. Don't talk to that Pear kid. I'm guessing that's probably the stuff that they heard all the time. But, they snuck over and started talking and fell for one another, which can happen, especially, I mean, the old idea is sometimes the forbidden fruit is, hey, pear and apple, forbidden fruit. I just realized that. That might actually be a thought that was going through their mind when they were writing it. But yeah, the adorability meter on this was through the fucking roof. That's one of that's the first thing I got to bring up. That's one of the things that I have to say just because it was so intense. Second, of course, the elephant in the room, the guest cameo, the one that I noticed I noticed when I was going through it. Felicia Day, also William Shatner. Two actors who, Felicia Day, she's nowhere near as big a name, obviously, but I've been an admirer of her work ever since I saw her on Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. If you haven't seen it, I strongly recommend you look into it. It's a very great satirical comedy series. It's only 3 episodes long. Basically, a supervillain trying to take down a superhero that he's despised and keeps on messing with him. It's musical. During the actors' strike a couple years ago, Joss Whedon just basically whipped out this script randomly. He didn't expect it to become any big thing. He just wanted to keep some of his friends who were in the business in the public persona or in the public perception, so that way their names could be relevant and keep going a little bit. And then when he plops this out of nowhere during the actors' strike, and it's fucking amazing. So I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of Felicia Day. I noticed in that she had a great singing voice, so I was thrilled to see her get a singing opportunity in this episode. Because, she's got some pipes. I'm sure everyone has noticed in this episode her singing in your head like a catchy song. Okay, I'll try not to cry. That was just gorgeous, and it just added to the horrible over-the-top cuteness just because. Yeah, I honestly did not know Alicia Day was capable of this level of voice acting as far as that much of a down-home girl next door voice. So I've been a big fan of her for a while, but she's more talented than I was even aware of. On the other hand, then you got, of course, Bill Shatner, Captain Kirk. I saw Dr. Wolf's prediction shortly after I watched this episode. He was talking about maybe Captain Kirk would be he apparently had found out beforehand that Shatner was going to be in the episode. I had not, but apparently he had predicted that it was going to be some sort of campy Kirk-style character, and instead we got the exact fucking opposite. We've got the most serious, most heart-wrenching, hold on a second. So he's never met his grandchildren before. The last time he saw his daughter, he was making her cry at her own wedding. And now, I mean, it must have been really hard for him just to come back, face the music after acting like the schlub that he did for Grand Pear. I mean, this is a intense thing to try and to do and get over and admit you were wrong. So, I mean, it's really hard for some people to do, and I mean, he eventually did it, and he admitted he was wrong and that he probably never should have left and that he handled everything incorrectly. And of course, I can also see the understand everyone in Ponyville's reluctance to talk about it, because a lot of them would say it's not my place to talk about it. It's, you know, Granny Smith's business. It's Grand Pear's business. We shouldn't be bringing up. They may not feel it's their place to talk about family business of other families and ponies and people like that. So I can understand why their reluctance, you know, until the kids themselves come in and ask. Oh boy. I'm gonna cry for 20 minutes again, apparently. I thought I was through it. I thought I was over it. That's kind of why I waited a day or two to actually record my summary, so that way I could get through it, but apparently that's not working out as well as I had hoped. I can definitely see Granny Smith being having a difficult time bringing it up too, though, because, you know, I mean, she didn't like Grand Pear, but bringing it up to the kids, shit all over their grandpa for running off just because he was pissed over an old family feud. She might not be up to doing that. She didn't like Grand Pear, but she didn't want Apple Bloom, Applejack, and Big Mac to think that low of their grandfather. Maybe it might have been hard for her to bring it up for that reason. It's hard to say for sure all her motives, but a lot of it's understandable. And I also can say that I've met I have a friend who's estranged from his father for family, religious reasons, disagreements over certain things. He hadn't seen his father in years, and eventually he stopped paying attention, and no one asked. And so as far as that, he gave up on finding out, and no one else asked, so he didn't really bother with anything talking about it as far as specifics. So I can understand how the kids might be a little quiet about it, maybe not asking as much as they would have beforehand. They would, especially, I mean, Apple Bloom, you know, she just grew up without her parents, as far as I can tell, so she kind of just got used to it and never really thought about it a lot. But, yeah. So, to rate the episode, scale of 1 to 10, this is a 11.5. This is beyond even Spinal Tap's 11 amp. This is just ridiculously great. I'm not sure if I can quantify. I need to make a top 5 episodes list. I'm not sure if this is number 1, but if it isn't, it's got to be 1 or 2. Yeah. The only contender is probably Crusaders of the Lost Mark. And probably shouldn't be bringing that up because I'll start crying over that now. I think I've rambled enough. I think I've said enough. I think I will wrap it up here. I think I said just about everything that needed. Oh, the Sam Elliott pony. Very well done, I have to say. They did a good job with his voice. That's just a minor good. I didn't bring up my specific thoughts on the song. It was just like everything else in this episode, and relating to the parents was just fucking adorable. And of course, all the imagery in there, you know, they're both huddled together, walking side by side, wrapped in the same scarf. That was, I swear, it's almost like they sat around from day one of the show. The writers, every time they had something that was over the top, ridiculous, and adorable in its cuteness. Let's save that for the AJ Parents episode. I mean, there was so much of it in here. That's my takeaway from the episode, is just how horribly, sickeningly, fucking adorable everything in this was. And not even just when it came to the parents. When it came to Big Mac, do you mind if I come back sometime and hear some stories again? That was just so. I mean, I've only seen one or two reactors at this point, but not one of them pointed, "Hey, Big Mac's talking." No, they were actually like focused in on what he was saying and how it gets you there. Okay, I was wrapping up before, so I'll actually wrap it up this time, hopefully, and not ramble again. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, there's something wrong with you. Hope you enjoyed my commentary. I wasn't quite as talkative as I would have liked, but I just had to watch and enjoy. Hope you like, share, subscribe. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Above all else, as always, of course, though, please have a nice day.